guys, and welcome to another Chelsea video on this channel. In fact, this video is going to be my predictions for the top four race, what I think Chelsea need to do, and whether I think we're going to be in that Champions League group stage draw in August, and how we'll do come the end of the season. So I'll start by giving my sort of what in the league table, what my predictions are of each game for Chelsea, United and Arsenal. Then I'll give a few areas where I think Chelsea need to improve to get in there. I'll give you a link to my article on Chelsea Echo as well. And then I'll tell you what I think is going to happen in the Europa League. So to start with, we'll just look at the league table for a moment. And Chelsea are on 68 points. They're currently in fourth place and with a goal difference of 21. Arsenal are fifth on 66, so two behind us. And thanks to Leicester getting a 3-0 win over them, their goal difference is now plus 20 and is worse than Chelsea's. So that means Chelsea are ahead by 2, and in some ways by 2+1 because of that goal difference increase. That means if we were level on them at this moment, we would actually be ahead of them in the table. And then in sixth, Manchester United on 65, with a much worse goal difference of 13, and that's put them in sixth place, meaning that obviously Chelsea are in pole position with 2 games to go. But looking at the fixtures, obviously we've got the toughest two, with Chelsea having Watford at home and Leicester away. Arsenal having, I believe, Brighton at home, which they should win. I mean, they did tank Palace because of the Europa League, but I don't expect Emery to do that again. And Burnley away on the last day, that could be a very tough game for them. You don't know whether Burnley will be on the beach or not. That's the only thing with that. Man United have an even easier set of games, Cardiff and Huddersfield. So you would expect them to win both of those. I think Cardiff might be away, so that might be a tougher game than most. Huddersfield at home, honestly, I've seen them play. That's a 3 points before the game even starts, really. So what this is likely to mean from Chelsea's perspective is, given that it's likely United will probably get 71, likely if they win their 2, they'll get 71. Arsenal, assuming they win both, which I think is a tall order for them, they'll get 72, which is obviously 4 off what Chelsea have now. And so what that means is that if Chelsea get 4, they're not going to be any worse off than Arsenal. If Chelsea win against Watford, draw against Leicester away, they're not going to be any worse off than Arsenal. The difficulty is with that is, assuming Arsenal put a few past Brighton, they might have a goal difference bump. So their goal difference from plus 20 might go to plus 25 because they could win 3-0 to Brighton and 2-0 to Burnley. I mean, it might be unlikely they get a result with Burnley, but I think it's entirely possible given, Burnley have been inconsistent this season, to say the least. So Chelsea in an ideal world will win both games, win the Europa League semi and win the final, of course, make top 4 through both routes. What the toughness is for Chelsea, and also by extension Arsenal, is they need to rotate. Obviously there's silverware on the table, and for you guys that don't know, if you win the Europa League, you're actually a top seed in the Champions League the next season. So that's quite important because you've got an easier route to the knockout stages. Come next season, you'll avoid teams like Barcelona, you'll avoid Paris Saint-Germain, you will avoid Juventus. That's an advantage. There's no two ways about it. Obviously, it's not as much advantage whereby if we're there, and you can get an easy group because like Krasnodar are normally first seeds. But you want to be in as good a position as you can. So hopefully the players have no pressure for that Europa League. But what I think Chelsea have to do in order to get those 4 points will likely need, because I'm not convinced that Arsenal will get 6. I think we have to prepare like they will, but I actually don't think they will. I think they'll mess up Burnley. I don't think they'll lose. I think they'll probably draw that. So likely Arsenal will end on 70. So what Chelsea have got to work on, and this is all in my article for the Echo, Chelsea Echo, I'll put the link in the description. Sarri has got to know the moment to rotate. And given that we got a draw against United with a rotated team, I thought he did very well. We played Kovacic, we played Alonso, we played Higuain, which I don't know if Sarri considers him first or second choice. I know Giroud likes Europa League. So what it means is that we have a fresh Emerson, a fresh Loftus-Cheek, and a fresh Pedro for the Europa League tie, which is a good thing, obviously. And we got Eintracht. They're no pushovers. They're in fourth in the Bundesliga. And Sarri's got to work out how he's going to rotate the side. I said in my article that resting Jorginho and Hazard for the first 60 minutes of the away leg wouldn't be as mad of an idea as it sounds, because if we have a second chance in that tie, but if we go and lose to Watford because the players are tired, then we're in big trouble, because we're unlikely to sort of get top four if Arsenal then win to go 69, we're then 68, and obviously Leicester away, Burnley away, anything can happen, but who wants that? And on 60 minutes, I'm confident we can keep a clean sheet for 60 minutes against Frankfurt. Obviously, knowing our defence, that's a bold statement. I'll be the first to admit that. But even if we're 1-0 down, we come out of Frankfurt 2-1 down. For me, that's not an issue. I think we can beat them at the Bridge. They've got good players. I'm not going to deny that, but I think we have enough to do them. I really do. Second, I think Sarri's got to improve his in-game management. Life's about taking risks. Getting top four will need to take risks. And if it's 0-0 against Watford after 80 minutes, I don't want like-for-like substitutions. I want two strikers on the field. I want 4-2-4. I want us to go guns blazing, all guns blazing for this top four spot, because I want to see Sarri ball at the Bridge next season. If we don't get the ban, we could spend 200 million and I can see this going very well next season. We have to give the manager time, but I feel like the club and the fans will not give that to Sarri unless we get Champions League. It's crucial as that. So if he's got to risk his Sarri ball 4-3-3 to get us in the Champions League, do it. Please, Maurizio. I beg you. And if you're a player for Chelsea, this is my third point, just give everything. Seriously. There's a chance Hazard will stay if we get top four or Champions League. And I know for every fan, every player, that will mean everything, because he is one of the most skillful players in the world. We're rank average without him. We're not as good without Hazard. No one will admit that. Pulisic is a good player, but he's not going to replace Hazard in a season. Nor is Hudson-Odoi. He might in 3 or 4 years, but he's not going to at the moment. So we have to be very, very careful. And we have to give it everything, because if we don't get top four, we have only ourselves to blame. We've had chances to get there. We've had Burnley there for the taking. We had United, in my view, there for the taking. Sorry for not doing a review, by the way. They were there for the taking. We didn't take our chances. So we have to bloody take our chances in the last 2 league games. And if not, Europa League. I'm sorry. So that's all I have to say. I'll give my predictions, though. I think we will get the 4. I think we'll beat Watford 2-0, because I think they'll be in cup final mode. I actually have a funny feeling we're going to win the Europa League. Even if we have Arsenal on the final, I think if we're in the Champions League top 4 and they're not, they'll have more to play for, but I think we'll want to poop their party and give Sarri his first trophy. So I'm going to say I think we will get top 4. I actually think we will win the Europa League as well. Call me bullish, please. And if we do, personally, I'll be very satisfied with our season. If someone told me at the start of the season we'll get top 4 and win the Europa League, I'd have bitten their hand off. Easy. But anyway, guys, just a quick channel update before I finish the video. Josh and I will be doing a lot more of the general Premier League stuff that we were doing. We've just had a few difficult weeks sort of communicating with uni work and stuff, but honestly, we'll be back on as soon as we can, and we appreciate all your support. Apologies if you're not a Chelsea fan, because recently the content I know has been quite Chelsea orientated, just because I've been on doing my own vids. But thank you so much for your support. Have a good afternoon, evening, guys. And up the Chelsea. Enjoy the Champions League, Europa League semis. They're all going to be cracking games. Just enjoy them. Even if we lose, just enjoy the football. It's best game on the planet for a reason. Up the Chelsea, and see you later.